So it's time for another crochet project, and this is the wool that I'm going to be using. It's a really nice soft wool, and it's sort of like pinks, lilac and a white. I've got it from Home Bargains. It was $4.99. It's a 300-gram ball of wool. It says it's got 804 meters on it. My first thing that I'm going to attempt to do, I've got 2 balls of these, is a pull through scarf for when the weather turns. And if I've got enough left, I'm also going to attempt a short sleeved crochet top. So let's get cracking. It recommends using a 4.5mm hook, but I think I'm going to actually use a 5.5. So my scarf is actually finished. It's worked up really quick. It's only took me about 2 days to actually get this together. I'm loving this really nice subtle pastel colourway. It's made up in the V-stitch. I've got quite a bit of the wool still left, so it could turn out that I'm going to put some tassels on, but I've got another project to do first. But this wool, I just wanted to mention, if you was a beginner, this wool I wouldn't recommend. It's quite a lightweight wool. I think it's maybe around a weight 3, and I found it quite difficult to see the stitches sometimes. Luckily I was crocheting into these spaces, so it wasn't too bad with this being the V-stitch, but I just think if you're a total beginner, this is probably not the best wool to use. I'll go and try it on and give you a visual. See you in a minute. So this is the scarf. This is the keyhole bit, and you just grab your wool and pull it through. I'd never actually heard of a pull-through scarf. I actually found the pattern on back of I'd bought a ball of wool, and it was actually on the inside on the paper, but it was for knitting. So I checked on YouTube, and lo and behold, I found some tutorials. What I'm liking about this is that the fact that it lays really nice and flat, so when you've got a coat on, that is not going to be bulky at all. It's a lightweight wool, so when the start of the autumn comes, this is just going to be fantastic. I'm loving the colour. I think it will just help brighten up a winter outfit. So stay with me, please keep watching, because I've got another full ball of wool plus the little bit left from what I've made this from. I was intending on doing a short sleeve top, but like I say, this wool, it's that fine and it's quite fibrous that I think what I'm going to do is a jumper. I'm going to attempt to do a jumper, and I'm going to use granny square. So keep with me, keep watching, and I'll see you in a bit. This wool calls for a 4.5mm crochet hook, which I don't have, and honestly I can't be bothered to go and find one. So what I do have is a 5mm and a 4mm. So I'm going to attempt this to start with a 4mm. I don't want this jumper to be too lacy, with it being a sort of something I'm going to wear for autumn. I'm hoping that once I start getting the granny square going, it will be much easier, because then I'll be crocheting into these spaces. So let's give it a go. I've now got 2 identical pieces, one for the front, one for the back, and 2 that are going to be sleeves. I've now got to start putting these all together and then do some ribbing around the bottom, around the cuffs, and then I want this to be a little turtleneck. I'll keep you posted. These are all my squares sewn together, and I'm really liking it so far. If it was the beginning of spring, I may well be tempted to keep it like it is, you know, cropped 3/4 sleeves with a pair of white trousers. I think that would look really nice. What do you think? But seeing as though we are going into autumn, the plan with this is to obviously make this full sleeved and with a little turtleneck and ribbon around the bottom. So I'm going to crack on and get it finished. So my jumper is now finished. I've got my cuffs done, I've got the ribbon at the bottom done, and I've done just a little turtleneck at the top. I'm now going to try this on along with my scarf and let you have a look what it looks like. Is the jumper done and dusted. I am absolutely loving these colours. They're like a pastel pinks, pastel blues, purples, that sort of colour. I did this from one 300-gram ball of wool, but I did run out. So one of the cuffs, the ribbon round the bottom and this bit round the neck, I ended up doing it in just a plain pastel shade of pink, which luckily I already had. It blends really nice. I think it probably looks better, I think, maybe being plain like that rather than the rest of it. But that's what it looks like. Let's try the scarf on. And this is a pull-through scarf, so I do think I just need to maybe sew up a bit more of this hole. I think it's maybe a little bit big, but you grab the rest of the scarf, pop it through there, and it just lies really nice and flat. That's what I really like about it. I'm liking the fact that it's all in the same colour, so it's a nice little set. And if I've got to endure another UK winter, autumn, winter, then at least I can do it in some warmth, I can do it in some style, and I can do it in some colour. So if you've watched this video, then thank you very much. I now have no wool left in which to do another project, so I've really got to crack on and find something. And my next project, I want a matching skirt, jumper, and another big, like, shawl, you know, the ones that you can put your pockets in. That's my next plan. Hopefully I can get some cheap enough, because I don't want it to cost the earth. So if you watch this video, thank you very much, and I will see you next time, hopefully in a full matching set. But let me know, what are you crocheting, because I'm always on the lookout for new projects to do. So leave me some comments. What are you crocheting? Anything out of the ordinary? I've still got to try and learn how to read patterns, and I also want to try doing some toys, you know, the cuddly teddy toy things. But let me know what you're up to in your crochet projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye.